Yeah, Hollywood, Tennessee, Hollywood A.C. It's the show, man. Watch it. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial.
Welcome to the Hollywood A.C. show. Today's guest is Gabriel Kenyatta. Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? It's good with me.
Glad to finally get you on the show.
Well, good for me to finally be on TV.
Hey, man, look, who is Gabriel Kenyatta and where you from, man?
Gabriel Kenyatta is from originally Crawfordsville, Arkansas, a small town just about 30 miles west of Memphis. From there, it kind of expands to, I guess you could say, the whole United States pretty much. I did still in the military, which took me to travel a little bit there, and after that, I was a musician. Played with several bands and a couple of renowned recording artists, and just kind of. And right now I'm here in Memphis doing my thing, and church musician and a DJ, and just
doing it.
Just doing it.
How long have you been playing sax, man?
Well, we were just talking about that. It's been, now that I counted up, it's 37 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 37. Wow. Mm-hmm. Woo, that's a long time, man.
That's a long time to be doing anything.
Yeah. So what do you got going on now? What's going on for you?
Well, now I have my company is called the Jam Factory, which is a mobile entertainment company. We offer complete palette of entertainment, ranging from live entertainment with myself and a couple of singers. I'm a DJ as well, and the MC.
Look at you, man. You just doing it, man.
Just trying to get in where I fit in.
There's nothing wrong with that. So are you recording any other artists? You doing any recording of artists?
Not presently. I am doing some recording in my home studio. Okay. I record myself, and I produce mixtapes periodically. So that's how I pretty much promote myself, and that's how I get a chance to actually put myself out there and see what type of feedback I get. I mix my music in with some of the more established recordings that I know that I have or whatever, and we kind of mix it in and just make a East Coast style mixtape, I would say.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read some your accomplishment, and you did mention about East Coast, that style. Can I ask, why did you choose East Coast? Was there a particular reason that you chose that style?
Well, East Coast is pretty much where I kind of cut my teeth as a musician. Well, as a musician outside of church, and also just being in the area, being in the thick of when hip hop was young and explorative, and they had already started putting it on records and everything and by the early to mid 80s, but you still got a sense of what early hip hop was about. You got to, I got to see people like Afrika Bambaataa, Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, all these guys when they were like in the clubs and community centers and block parties and things, and you would see what the actual hip hop was all about instead of when it became commercialized, and some people just think hip hop comes on records, but a record can't really reproduce that vibe that you get from the whole hip hop arena.
Okay. So you had the opportunity to meet some really great people. I know the list is so long, but just quickly, could you just throw some names at us? Some of the people that you've actually played with in your career.
Okay, I've actually played with. I spent almost 4 years playing with the candy liquor Marvin C's on the Southern Soul Circuit.
Okay,
That was an experience, and that led me to meet a whole gamut of people ranging from Lenny Williams to, of course, Bobby Blue Bland, Millie Jackson, Mel Waiters, just Sir Charles Jones, and all the people in that arena.
Okay.
You get to meet them, and then some of the up and coming guys like Calvin Richardson and I mean, just a whole bunch of people, man.
Yeah. Okay.
That's been in the last few years, but prior to that, just being in the hip hop arena, just kind of met pretty much everybody who was anybody back in the, guess you would say, the mid '80s.
Okay.
Everybody was just kind of
when hip hop was hip hop.
When hip hop was hip hop, right?
Okay. Okay. All right. So, do you play any other instruments other than the sax?
I say I play with some other instruments.
Okay.
play with the guitar a little bit, play with the piano, keyboards a little bit, and but the only instrument I actually claim to be able to play is the saxophone.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me ask you this: what were some of your singers or influences? I mean, when you started at 13, you said, at that point, who were some of the people you was looking at to say, okay, this is what I really wanted to do? Was there someone in particular that you kind of looked up to?
Yes, my style was patterned mainly after, I'll say, gospel singers. That's what influenced me more than anything. And if you notice, my style is more of a lyrical style. People like James Cleveland, Mahalia Jackson, and then there was a saxophone player that really greatly influenced me, a gospel sax player by the name of Bernard Johnson. Okay, I used to come to the convocation every year, and I used to go to the convocation every year just to see him. And he was very lyrical, not a whole lot of flourish and not a lot of flowery stuff, but he was very lyrical with his instrumentation. Then other saxophone players like, I was playing alto sax, Maceo Parker from the James Brown establishment was big, and of course Junior Walker, and then later on people like Grover Washington Jr. and Ronnie Laws influenced me quite a bit. Okay.
Now I read where you was a radio announcer at one time.
Yeah, I did that for a while.
Okay. Now how was that experience, man?
That experience was I would say it was therapeutic. Okay. Because I actually majored when I was in college, I majored in communications, mass communication. I went to college as a journalism major, switched to mass communications, which took me in TV and radio. But the reason I say it was therapeutic because even today, in casual conversation, I have a very pronounced speech impediment. I stutter quite a bit. When I was younger, it was very, very, very bad. But someone suggested to me that I try something in public announcing or whatever. So I just took a challenge to become a radio announcer, and I found out that when I'm behind a microphone in front of people, I don't stutter.
Yeah, because I didn't know if you would never say that. I would have never known, you know.
Yeah. But in casual conversation, I do. I don't stutter now as bad as I did when I was a child, but I had a very bad speech impediment when I was a child.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you decided to let that go and get back on the sax?
Well, I kind of let it go for a couple of reasons. Because when I first got into radio, we were allowed liberty to kind of program our own flow, decide what we're going to play and when and how. Then came the pie charts when they say you play a certain type of record at this segment, then go to this segment, play a certain type of record, maybe an old record, then play a new record, and so on and so forth. Then it got even stiffer than that. They would just send you a list. You just go down the list and play the songs. Then right before I got out, it was just like pretty much everything was just format. You don't choose anything. You just go and come in and make a tell people what time it is and what the weather is outside, and maybe make a commercial or something, and then you're back pushing it back on automation again. The other thing was I was a hip hop announcer. Okay. And I was in hip hop right at the time New Jack Swing was kind of phasing out, and the edutainment thing was in big. with KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, and Public Enemy, and groups like that, the socially conscious type of artists. And all of a sudden, almost like overnight, there was a change with the production companies, the record companies, and the movies. You start seeing movies like Boys in the Hood, South Central.
Right,
you start hearing groups like NWA, and it became very, I would say, negative. I guess real, but negative, and it was a different vibe than the edutainment thing that I so much enjoyed. And I kind of saw a turn, and I didn't like it, and I just kind of I wasn't passionate about it anymore.
Now, since I got you on the show, of course, you have to do some numbers for me, a couple of numbers.
Okay.
So, would you go into one of your songs now, or?
Oh yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Anything you feel.
We can make that happen.
Make that happen.
Okay.
All right. Stay tuned for more of the Hollywood A.C. show with Gabriel Kenyatta. We're gonna go into some of his smooth sounds, y'all.
Okay.
Wow, man. You been doing this how long?
For a few minutes.
Hey, look, hold up. I know we're in an interview, but let me call my wife. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna call my wife.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell her we're gonna redo it so you can play for us. How about that?
You might not want to do that. You should leave here. She might be my wife.
Oh, man. Well, I'm speechless on that one. All right, look.
Oh, boy.
We gonna... Man.
You all right, brother? Yeah, I'm kind of mesmerized by this little contraption here. I don't know.
We gotta move to the QT time.
Okay.
Which is a portion of the show where I ask you questions about artists who've been paid away and test your skills.
Okay. All righty then. That's okay.
So we're gonna spin the wheel and see what we got. You ready?
I'm ready as I'm gonna get.
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay.
Alright. First one is 2. Let's see what 2 holds for you.
Number 2. All right.
Okay. What year did the Whispers get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, Whispers into the Hall of Fame. I just saw them in Vegas in 2009, I believe. I don't know if they were inducted by that time. I'm going to say 2010.
No, it was actually before that.
Before then?
Yeah,
Okay.
2003.
2000.
Now, some of these questions are dealing with artists that you've actually had an encounter with.
Yeah.
Okay,
I saw Walter and Scotty.
Yeah. All right, let's go again. See what we got. See, can you get the next one? Redeem yourself. Okay, number 5. Let's see what we got.
Number 5.
Okay, what was the name of Grover Washington Jr.'s first solo album?
First solo album.
Yeah. What was the name of the first solo album?
Mr. Magic. Black Frost.
No.
His first solo album.
First solo album.
Okay, I know it wasn't Reed Seed.
Mm-mm.
It was if it wasn't Mr. Magic, I'm not sure which one it was.
Enter City Blues.
Inner City Blues was his first one? Really?
Inner City Blues.
I didn't realize that was his first solo album. Okay.
Okay. Now, the third one is you. This one yours. Even this says number 3.
Okay.
We know this one yours here.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got. Number 3. Okay. Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay.
Hey, see, these are people you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Jeffrey Osborne wrote the lyrics to Whitney Houston's hit. What was the name of the song? Jeffrey Osborne wrote the lyrics to Whitney Houston, a hit for her. What was the name of it?
Jeffrey Osborne, a Whitney Houston song written by Jeffrey Osborne that was a hit.
Right.
Okay. Trying to picture his style there. I'm gonna say You Give Good Love.
Nah, not that one.
Okay.
You can try it again, or you got?
I'm trying to think of something in Jeffrey Osborne's style, writing style. I'm familiar with his writing style, and a song about Whitney Houston that Jeffrey Osborne wrote. The only other thing that's kind of coming to mind is All at Once.
That's correct.
All at Once. Okay.
All at once. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll again. See, you know the man's style. See, I don't even know his style. I like his music, but I don't know his style.
Jeffrey Osborne is a monster vocalist with perfect pitch.
All right, let's go. The next one is it's 1. The next one is 1. Let's see what we got. Okay. Dexter Gordon was an American jazz tenor saxophonist and Academy actor nominated. He was a Academy Award nominated actor. What was the name of the movie?
Bird.
No.
Around midnight.
That's
Around
it.
midnight. Okay.
Around midnight. See,
Okay.
you up on it. Okay, the last one. Let's see what we got. Oh, I don't need to spin that one. Huh? Okay, Millie Jackson received 2 Grammy nominations. Not a nomination, but nominations for what song?
Oh, I think that the cover of the country songs, If You Were Not Back in Love by Monday, may have been one.
No. It was one of the biggest.
One of the biggest hits. Millie Jackson. Millie Jackson hadn't had that many cross the board hits. So, but was it before or after the Joe Simon years? Can you tell me that?
Nah.
Let's see.
See, you go deep over there, you know.
She did a lot of cover songs, but she made them her own.
Yeah.
And
she made it her own.
Breaking Up Somebody's Home. I mean the one the Albert King song. I can't call the name of it right now. Cannot call the name of the song. It's a cover song. I know. I cannot think of the name of the song right now.
If loving you is wrong,
I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
That's the one. Okay.
Well, appreciate you playing the game.
I got to go back and study. I got to send me back to the archives again.
Oh yeah, but you know, you know some interesting things by being with these artists. I guess you know styles. I don't know about those styles. I just like the music.
Yeah.
You know, but thanks once again for playing the game. Okay.
Well, thank you, man. Thanks for thinking I was worthy to play your game. I feel like I'm not worthy.
You worthy, man.
Okay.
Wow. So many questions. Talented man that you are. I can go on, but with time purpose, we're gonna get to the next portion.
Okay.
Now, you had an opportunity to play. I don't know, was it actually at the first presidential inauguration or a party or something? Was something like that you was involved in the first inauguration?
No, it was not at the inauguration. It was there was a jazz festival going on in Denver, Colorado, 2008.
Okay.
Jazz festival was going on at the same time, matter of fact, right across the street from the convention center where the Democratic National Convention was.
Okay.
And that was the Democratic National Convention where Barack Obama was first nominated for president.
Okay.
And that was one of the highlights, one of my real highlights of my life. Just to be in the midst of so many great artists and know that there's such an important event going on across the street, and we got to see some of the. I didn't get to see Barack, but we got to see a lot of politicians that would make walking through a jazz fest, and that was matter of fact, that's where I saw Jeffrey Osborne.
Okay. How was the atmosphere there? Must have been
it was
really high.
It was really off the chain. Yeah. There was like I said, for me it was just like the best of both worlds. Because first of all, we knew Barack was going to get the nomination. And then where we were, matter of fact, we stayed in the same hotel with Jeffrey Osborne was in the hotel with us. Cyndi Lauper was in the hotel with us. And the guy that won, I don't know if he won American Idol, but he was one of the finalists on American Idol. Brad Daugherty. He was in the hotel with us, and just on that jazz festival everybody was on that festival. We performed on the same stage with a lot of these people.
Okay. So do you ever get used to mingling with these big time people?
You find out that you find out that they're just people. They're just. I mean, when you come to find out that Hollywood is pins, needles, and Scotch tape. I mean, it's a lot of things holding, and a lot. They do a good job at presenting a certain image, but when you get down to the brass tacks, they're just people who get on stage and come off stage, and you might see someone drive away in a Hyundai, just like you and me. You know, I mean, they're just people. You know.
Oh, real. That's just being real, huh?
Just real people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this: by you being in the business for so long, what kind of advice could you give to a upcoming musician who want to take this seriously and make this him or her lifestyle?
First of all, it's good to be grounded. Never lose connection with your support system, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to find a sufficient support system out in the world of entertainment. As a matter of fact, I was up at my computer doing something late one night, and there was this movie that came on. I hadn't seen it before, but it was a movie similar to Dreamgirls and Sparkle, like that, but it was called Preacher's Kid.
Okay.
And that movie kind of, for me, from my perspective, it depicted life on the road and in the entertainment industry better than any other movie. I mean, every character in that movie, I could actually place a actual face and said, this person is just like that person. This character is just like that person. And it's very about this young girl who grew up in the church. Her father was a preacher. She was a very good singer, and she left home to travel with a play, like a gospel play. Yeah. And she was only like 16, 17 years old, but she was under the impression that since these people were in a gospel play, that they were out trying to save the world and be all saved and sanctified with the Holy Ghost and all this kind of stuff. And she get out there and she found out this. Man, same thing going on. Yeah, she went through some major changes, but that movie was very revealing for me. So, but the only thing that kind of kept her sane was she stayed in touch with her father. Never gave up on her, even though he didn't want to go out on the road. But first of all, is be grounded and connected to your support system, and have have another occupation, something that you can definitely count on, because that might not always pan out.
So in this world, you could pretty much tell young artists to just be realistic about life. It's still the same.
Yeah, be realistic. Be realistic, because anything can happen. The most talented person doesn't always make it. Sometimes the least talented person will get the right connection, and it's just it's like a crapshoot almost. But if you're gonna do it, be diligent about it and be serious about it. And actually, I would even go so far as to say, learn how to write a business plan. Just that precise about it, and give yourself a timetable, a realistic timetable, because you can get lost in the whirlwind and be out here 30 years from now still trying to get your first break. Right. But and you can pretty much waste your life away if you don't put yourself on a realistic timetable.
So what you say, education still is number one priority.
That's always number one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, because so many artists, I guess a lot of time they take that for granted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like you were saying, you need to build a foundation first. And
you find out the people who really make it. Some of the ones are ones who just don't have anything else to do or fall back on. Or it's like it's either they're gonna make it in this, or they're just gonna they're gonna. It's either sink or swim, 100% one hand and 100% on the other hand. So I recall reading an interview with Quincy Jones and Ice-T and a couple other people said that if they hadn't succeeded in music, they'd be in jail right now because that was just a lifestyle that they were living.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's a lot of them are living.
Right.
I make it. I'm good if I don't. Mm-hmm. And where will I be? It's really interesting to hear you say, you talk about your education and everything. We got people looking. So, as an artist, could you just really touch on it? Because I'm really trying to drive it home with some of these artists, especially young people.
Well, me it's something that whether I wanted to or not, I had to. I grew up the child of my mother was a teacher at the school I went to. Imagine that.
Okay. Say no more.
My stepfather was a minister, a pastor in a very small community I grew up in. So everybody knew me, and I mean, if I did something, it was going to beat me home, So it's just like, but you come to realize that I am thankful for the grounding that I had, the stern educational mindset that my mom instilled in us. And not only that, but just like we were talking earlier about learning to sew a button on a shirt, you learn to do that for yourself. And I learned to raise a garden and cook, clean, and all this type of things, all this type of stuff and do things for myself. Yeah. And to this day, I'm very independent, I would say, because of my education.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we're winding on down, and we're gonna have to wrap it up. But I'm enjoying the interview.
So am I.
Yeah, mm-hmm. but I got to hear some more of your sounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into another song by Gabriel, and we'll be right back after this song. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hollywood A.C.
Yeah,
I appreciate
nicely
that,
done.
man.
Appreciate you coming out door.
Okay.
The sounds of Gabriel Kenyatta, y'all. The Saxman himself. Once again, just want to thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the Hollywood A.C. show, and man, it's all upscale from here.
Thanks. Yeah. How can people get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me by visiting my website. We have a website. The Jam Factory is the name of the company. Our website is www.tjfevents.com. That's TJFEVENTS.com. Or you can try calling us at 901-881-8800.
You heard it from the Saxman himself. I want to thank all the viewers for coming out, checking out the Hollywood A.C. show. I'll leave you with peace. Shoot for the moon, and you're bound to find the star.
Yeah, Hollywood, Tennessee. Hollywood A.C. It's the show, man. Watch it. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial.
Check out how he do it, AC cool, no sweat. Interviewing Memphis talent, break them down like a vet. Putting focus on the grind, all behind the scenes. Getting on the right track to clocking they get it green. R&B, rap, music, spoken word, name and skill. AC the launcher pad, y'all haters know the deal. Raising conscious eye, putting a voice in the hood. Giving back to the people cause it's still all good. Little help from his soul channel peers. Lights, camera, action, when the cigar smoke clears.
It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How A.C. do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial. Huh. Yeah, trademark cigar. Yes. Yeah.